Hello internet, my name is Evan. Today, my fiance and I are going to teach you guys how to debadge a car. I don't know why I forgot that because that's the point of the video, but we're gonna teach you how to debadge a car. Today we will be debadging my 1993 SC300 and, is it 2017 or 2016? And a 2016 Hyundai Tucson Turbo. There are a couple things you're going to be needing to start off with. First, you need any kind of quick detailer. Then you want a nice clean microfiber, at least one. I would recommend two because you're doing two different jobs here. Then you'll need some fishing line. No, that's a fishing lure, not a fishing. There you go, fishing line. Next, you'll need some fishing line. Floss works as well, but since fishing line is a lot sturdier, that is what you're going to be using to take off the emblems. Next, you'll be needing your sister's hair dryer. Or if you're a girl, just use your hair dryer. Or if you're a boy and you use a hair dryer, that's fine. I'm not gonna judge you. Or a heat gun, but most of us don't have industrial grade heat guns. And last but not least, to take off the adhesive that will be under your emblems, you'll need some anti-goo sauce. Any kind of generic sauce from the store will work. So let's do this. Victoria said my face was dry, so I gotta lotion it. So as you can see, it's really nasty and dirty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a quick detailer and I'm going to spritz off and clean off all the little areas which I am going to be removing. The reason why you want this clean is because you're gonna be using a heat gun and you don't really wanna get dirt caked on there. You just wanna have a clean surface. Oh,
red.
Wait. Red? Reset? Mm-hmm. Oh, we haven't turned it on. Duh. The next step is probably one of the most time-consuming parts of doing this. You said it's the red one?
Mm-hmm. You're doing the heat or you're doing the...
So you're going to be needing a heat gun or some form of hair dryer or something like that. Now the secret to doing this part is to do it on a pretty high heat. What you want to do is you want to keep a decent distance away from it. You don't want to get too close because that can hurt the paint. You don't want to get too far because it's not going to heat it up. But what you want to do is you want to heat up the entire area around what you're taking off. So now this part's gonna be a lot of trial and error because, so first off, when it gets warm enough, typically your emblem will be able to shake, kind of like this. Emblem typically shakes a little bit like this. That's indicative that it's ready to get pulled off. But this is a lot of trial and error at this point, so if you start trying to cut away at it or take it off and it doesn't move, well, then you're gonna have to go back, get your blow dryer, hair dryer, heat gun, and you're gonna have to do it more and more and more until it finally comes off. So now here's your next part. You wanna I would recommend fishing wire, but I've done it with floss before and it does work with floss. It's just a little bit harder to do it. But you wanna take fishing wire, wrap it around your fingers a little bit, and what you wanna do is you wanna get under the emblem and you wanna kinda do a saw-like motion. It kinda hurts my fingers a little bit. So I probably need to heat it up a little bit. So here we go, that's kinda coming off right there. Oh, it does have a hole I need to fill in. Okay, so that's kinda what I was worried about. Get up there, get over there. Oh, well, it broke. We're doing it. We're getting there. And, oh yeah. Now, what you have to worry about, in some cars, you really never know until you take it off. But some cars will have little holes that these stick in. Typically, their nicer cars will have it, but if you look on the back of this, it's basically to keep the Lexus in there. Now, I have done it on my Subaru STI before, and it did not have the holes beneath it, so it's probably a good idea to look on a forum or something like that before you do it. But they are pretty easy to fill in. You're just gonna need matching paint and then some Bondo or something like that. And obviously, there's some stuff left over. You're gonna want that off. I would recommend heating it up, taking your fishing line, going back and then actually trying to scrape it off with this. Sometimes you can peel it off with your fingers too. So since I've got most of the big fat stuff off, all the stuff I can take off with my finger, what I'm gonna wanna do now is I wanna take my anti-goo sauce. You wanna spray that on there. Okay, really? There you go. Wanna spray that on there a little bit. And you're gonna need to let that soak for a wee bit. And after that soaks, you wanna take your other microfiber. Like I said, you'd probably need to. Take your other microfiber and just really scrub it off. All right, are you ready to try?
Yeah.
Okay, so now that I've shown you guys and Victoria what to do, Victoria is gonna try it for herself. What's step one?
Gotta clean it first.
They're probably like, why are you spraying out of a Febreze can?
It's just a spray bottle.
Just ignore that. Don't ask.
Febreze will not do it.
Yeah, please don't spray Febreze on your car. What's next?
Gotta warm it up.
I'm standing on it. Oh, there it is. Up and down. There you go. Like a saw. Hey, you got one off. Yeah, now you can. Now, newer cars are a lot easier. I'll point that out. If you have an older car, it's gonna give you a little bit harder time because it's been able to sit there and just kind of bake in the sun and just get nasty for X amount of years. But newer cars, because the adhesive hasn't been there very long, it's a lot easier to take off of the paint. It's a lot easier to remove the emblems off of the car as well. There you go, it's taking some of it off. Golly, this is gonna be tough. All right. Yay, and then you're done.
No.
Oh, that's so much easier. Meanwhile, it's so gross. What was that?
My feet are cold.
This is basically a worst case scenario, which I'm kind of glad that I'm being able to capture this on camera because it's not going to be as easy as her car over there all the time. As you can see here, I've scraped a lot of it off. Let's see if I can focus. I've scraped a lot of it off, but it's still just like really crusty there. And what I've had to do is I've had to be really, really careful, and I have scraped a little bit of the, I've kind of scratched it a little bit. If you have to use a razor blade, make sure that you have like some kind of buffing compound or some kind of dual action polisher or something like that, because you're probably gonna scrape your car.
All right, so mine over here, I've gotten all the thick sticky off. There's just a little bit of residue, you can kind of tell right here. I'm gonna take the anti-goo sauce and just try to get some of it off. And just like that, it's gone. Super duper easy. Now this one over here, still struggling.
Kind of hard to see, but as you can see on hers, the Tucson's still slightly outlined. A good way to get rid of that is if you do have detailing supplies, if you have a clay bar, you have some polish, and you have some wax, a little full detail on that small area will completely get rid of that. After a lot of trial and error on trying to debadge this portion, I think we've come to a conclusion that we want to just go ahead and put it back on because I don't really want to get the holes bondoed. And also, this stuff I'm pretty sure has become part of the paint at this point, so we're just gonna go ahead and put it back on. If you ever feel the need to do this, what you can do is you can get some just silicone, something like that, or you can just get some kind of adhesive, some kind of glue, some kind of major glue or anything like that to put it back on. It's pretty simple, just let it sit there for a little while. To do this the really right way, you can use the goo, anti-goo sauce to take off the remaining stuff that's on there, but if you want to do it the right way, what I recommend is getting some kind of polishing compound, something like that, and gosh, I got a burp.
Did you make an E for Evan?
Yes, that's what I meant to do, yes. What you're gonna do is you're literally just gonna buff off that and then kind of basically just do a miniature detail on that small area instead of using the anti-goo sauce. Voila!
Oh, looks so much better.
There's nothing. Nothing is
I
there.
see you.
Yeah. Nothing. There's nothing at all. There's a little speck of this. That came off really easily. Okay. Oh, it looks so good. I like that a lot better.
Yeah.
Well, your car was better. So I think the lesson learned today is if your car is really old, do this with caution. Otherwise, if you have a new car, it should be pretty easy. I do know how to do it.
Obviously, you know.
I do know how to do this, I promise. But that is going to be how you are going to debadge your car. Just don't do it with an old car. Yeah, I'm kind of cold too. It started raining while we're filming this video, so it's pretty cold, pretty wet. We're hungry. We're gonna get lunch. But thank you guys for watching this video so much. We hope this answered any of your questions. We hope you don't have to watch any other how-to tutorials on YouTube, and we hope it's also entertaining. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and remember,
be victorious.
Peace out, guys. It sounds like if I just like put my mic in my mouth.